12 people here. I'm almost a person. Make it 12 and a half, 13 now. 12 stories. 12 lives. 12 different people. Seest? So it is. Those who are not so strong have to go into groups or have to go into psychotherapy or medication. The hardest is psychoanalysis. And after a certain amount of time, who knows how long, the analysand begins to get a glimmer and an understanding. Seest? That's the way it is. And even the seating arrangement. Person is lying to your right, their head is here, you're back, out of their range of vision. Comments are very few. And for an undisclosed period of time, the words and the saying are, why me, I don't want, I do want, I wish I didn't wish. And the unsaid word is, so what? The unspoken theme is, that's the way it is. And who knows for how long the analysand lies there, talking, thinking, talking, screaming, crying, wanting, begging, hating. And the code never changes. That's what is. Maybe one day the analysand will realize, why do I want to be different? This object over here doesn't care, doesn't seem to care, doesn't respond, doesn't seek to sway me. I can't make him laugh. I can't make him cry. I can't make him want. I can't make him anything until the person on the couch realizes, in this environment, in this room, with this living person, I am alone, stuck forever with the contents of my mind, living for my eternity with my thoughts, my wants, my fears, my howlings and my cravings. And perhaps later, something alters. something stops trying to be accepted, trying to be forgiven, trying to be loved, trying, and realizes, I am alone. I've done 25 million things in my life, and maybe like this thing that listens to me, if he can hear the story, or she, if that person can hear the story and not be moved and not seek to change it, then maybe I can lie here and not be moved and not seek to change it. Then I can stop loving me long enough to hate me. I can stop hating me long enough to like me. I can stop all my mandolin playing and my dancing, because this is it. I am. Who's to say good, bad, indifferent? Who's to put the adjectives? There are no more adjectives. I am here, alone. I can't even see the clock on the wall. Purposely, son of a bitch doesn't have a clock there. At some point, the voice behind me will say, thank you. See you Thursday. And that's it. Want to go home and kill yourself? The voice is not going to say, don't do it. Neither is it going to say, do it. Neither is it ever going to say, I care. Because you have the right to not seek being accepted, seek being something, seek being part and glued with someone else. You have the right to be alone with whatever the hell you are. The ghosts and the phantoms of all your years are still there within you. Sometimes in some odd way something hurts here and there. This is the dimension of created time, where the phantoms live. There is no time. Yesterday and tomorrow are the same. The convenience of one thing being ahead of another, which is further back than another, which is further down the line or further up the line, that convenience is gone. What was, and is, as long as it can enter the mind. Who was that little boy who did X, Y, and Z? Was? Little? Me, I did that. How long ago? Who cares? There are no clocks in the netherworld. I did. I said. It happened. And one day, when the analysand looks inside, and sees that something has died. Something immortal has died. There is no longer me and it. There is simply is. But I died, I'm dying, I died. So what? But I'm alone. So what? You don't care. You're monstrous. So? When no one, nowhere, nothing in this world loves you, you have two choices in that office. Love yourself or jump in front of a bus. What is the difference in my mind, the person's mind, the other person? Who's back there? Is that God? You mean God perhaps has not heard me? I love you, I love you, I love you. Please let God, please let me alone. It's Sunday, it's my day off. Go to church. Can we live without exploding with the idea that perhaps God doesn't care? I wrote that a long time ago. And moreover, not only God doesn't care, God doesn't care one way or the other. Can you live with your definition of your life? Or does little Jane or little Tommy still want mommy to say, good boy, nice girl, aren't you sweet? Daddy loves you. Look at your little shoes. You scuffed them up. Now mommy has to go out and work all day long to buy you another pair of shoes. But mommy loves you, so it's okay. And what happens if one day the adolescent looks over? He turns to stone. He turns to a pillar of salt. The Bible says so. You turn and look and you will become salt and blind. And one day, if it's a successful analysis, should be not a moment less than 3 times a week. Let's begin with 6 or 7 years at least. The adolescent gets up off the couch and has one word for whoever he meets. I don't need you. Think whatever you want. I don't care. It's your mind. Stick in it whatever you want. I don't care. That's a successful analysis. Or else it's like cows and sheep. They're forever nuzzling up to the other one. Yeah. I think I'm wonderful. Who cares? I think I'm dreadful. Who cares? But I'm an honest man. Oh, screw you. You have your life. Do with it what you want. Are there billions of people, or are there already trillions? But the amount of you won't even make it on the most powerful computer in the world. You won't appear. It's only by definition that you exist. That's the famous free individual we've been talking about for years and years, I guess. The freedom to be, period. There is no difference between being alone and being with others. There's no difference. Can the individual bear the strain of their own mind? Can the individual muster the courage to say, this is what's on my mind? You don't like it? Then kill yourself. As I wrote once, don't slam the window after you. You're going to become a bank robber? That's nice. Oh, you're going to become an opera star this week? Mm-hmm. Okay. You really realize that what you want to do is be a mathematician? Okay. Don't you get it, Buster? Nobody gives a damn. You have to live with it. And when you can't live with it anymore, kill yourself. Person, individual, listen. I don't know you. Nobody in the world knows you. You don't know you either. But if anybody in the world has a chance of knowing you, it's you. So this corpus has a small, remote, infinitesimally small chance of ever being known by anyone, including himself. Because for sure, nobody else is going to ever know you. But I love you. Oh. Thank you. That's a nice thing to say. Think of how many years you folks have been seeking to know yourselves. And then think how far you've come. And you tell yourself everything. Can you live with the fact that no one knows you? And no one is going to spend tons of Herculean effort to know you. They don't know themselves. They're going to sink the time into you. Unknown. Brings to my mind an idea. The tomb of the unknown soldier. All soldiers are unknown. What would be the opposite? The tomb of the known soldier? Oh, there lies Lefty. We knew all about Lefty. Think and give a moment's thought. The Dirty Dozen? Oh, that's a good movie. That's a great movie. Wow. I'll have to see that for the 400th time, maybe. You don't know me. You have seen the act that it was my intention to present. Is that difficult to do? Well, for some. You have only seen and heard that which I chose to present. Don't be staggered and faint or swoon as they used to. If the man I am when I round the corner is someone you never imagined, at least I reserve the right to have another face. So do you. Your wives, your husbands, your brothers, your teachers, your mentors, everyone, the U.S. government, Newt Gingrich. Yes, even Newt Gingrich doesn't know who you are. They can take a super photograph of your eye that's so involved and so intricate that when you go to the machine, you have to look. And the machine looks back at you. Hey, man, how are you? Nobody knows you. Is that okay with you? I don't want that question answered tonight. I may not be able to take it. I'm no youngster. But you said, I said. But you told Rose, I told Rose. Last year you told me. The starvation, the hunger, the surety, the hunger to know, the hunger to be able to predict, the hunger to accept that which is in front. I used to suggest an exercise. Go to a different bar every night. Not for a week, a month, a good month, maybe 2. And at such and such a bar, Maggie's, you put on the guise of being such and such a person. Perhaps after you've been there a few hours, hello, how are you? What do you do? Oh, I'm a side surveyor of lost causes, whatever you decide. And every time you go to Maggie's, you do that one. You are this person, a botanist, well, whatever you want. And you have friends who know you only as a botanist. How are you? Good. How are things in the garden? Or whatever you presented. And they know you as such. And they only know you as such. And you have a life there. Whenever you go to that bar, bartender, hey, Charles, how are you? Oh, grow any nice ones for me? Yes, I did, Charles. Or else, I don't talk too much, Charles, you know that. So you have one life under a certain pseudonym. However, the exercise has been go out 30 nights, have another bar, and another, 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 and another. And in some bars you walk in with your tie aside and your leather jacket. Hey, man, how are you? Hey, how you doing? Hey, I beat up a cop today. Oh, great. Hey, Charlie beat up a cop. All right. It's one life. And nobody there ever has to know that in reality, you're a transvestite. Who the hell has to know? Do you think you could live with this? Not beholden to the idea of everyone you know knows your business and knows what you want and who you are and what you wear. Why do you wish to be so well known? You in the broad sense. I'm taking it individually. Why does a person want to be so well known? Think you read the headlines. Well, you were a neighbor for a couple of years. What do you think of Mr. Schwartz there? He was a lovely man. I can't believe it. A quiet man. He always said hello. He seemed to be such a nice guy. And the dogs loved him. I can't imagine. He decapitated 7 people and ate 3 of them. Buried the other ones. The ones that were buried in the backyard. He didn't like those. But we're always knocking on the door. Help me, help me, help me. I think I'm going insane. I don't know who I am. I surprised myself. Today I said something I never said before. Please help me understand myself. Please, doctor, help me. I think I'm living in fantasy. Sit down, please. I would ask you to lie down, but you're in no shape to lie down. Think better you sit with me face to face. Maybe I'll hold your hand. The human seeks to be understood, forgiven, loved, hated, whatever he thinks that thing. But always wanting something. A hungry little mother, isn't he? Always wanting something. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Mommy, mommy, mommy. Take me, take me, take me, gimme. Speaking about the pain body a few days ago. As a culture, Westerners have very, very poor to non-existing pain bodies. Ow! Ooh, that hurts. In the main, Japanese and Chinese have 50 times better pain body. The pain of slitting your inside, that hurts a lot. Yet people go to it in all solemnity. People can accept pain. Some people can accept mental pain the same way, and some people can't. Oh, I had a dreadful thought. I dread my cat doesn't love me. If it's uncomfortable, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know it. I don't want to see it. Driving up the street, a certain man was known to have said or thought, wow, look at all this traffic, look at all these cars. What we need is the good flu. Let's cut it down by 50 or 60%. Be some more parking spots again. Native Americans, Tainos, Arawaks. You take the little bugger when he can handle himself and you throw him out in the backyard or in the woods or someplace, and if he lives, he lives. If he doesn't, well, guess you make another one. In those societies, you have to build a pain body. Wrestlers, believe me, they have it. The outcome or the winner is known way before. But what you see on Wednesday night in the square cage, that's real blood coming out of these guys. And it hurts like hell. Hurts them much less than it would hurt somebody else. It hurts. Real blood. real black eyes, real broken ribs. But the idea of a Taino, an Arawak, a Cherokee, an Apache, oh, I can't stand this, I can't stand that, oh, that doesn't fly. Doesn't fly in many places. Ask of your neighbor or yourself or your brother-in-law, how come you didn't want to be strong? How come you were brought up to be soft and can't take this, can't take that, can't stand this, can't stand that, can't stand being alone, can't stand being with people, can't stand wide open spaces, can't stand small, can't take it. And you accepted that, and you stayed with that. And you allowed that to be something you called yourself. May have been in vogue in certain neighborhoods, but it isn't in vogue all over the world. Worth thinking about, huh? What do you think, Derek?
I was thinking about this, the pain body subject, and how it related to me. I was earlier in the meeting. I was thinking about the last couple Thursday meetings, and I've walked up here, walked up from Canal Street, and I've walked up 7th Avenue South, and I've had these, walk up from 28 blocks, and I'll just look at different places that are still here, different bars, cafes, some that aren't still here, and I'll kind of see myself at different, over the years, drunk in this bar, or having coffee in this cafe, or eating pizza at 4 a.m. in this place, and doing different things at different times in my life, and it does seem like it's still, those Dereks are still, they are, it's not were or was. It's a good feeling, actually. I feel, it's sort of that positive reminiscing feeling, but so I've been in the city for quite a while. I like, wow, I've had some pretty amazing times, and I've been a different person. It's when I'm walking to this meeting, just having this feeling, positive feeling of doing so many things, or being so many different things or people. Not really judging it. It's kind of a good feeling. And so bringing it back to the pain feeling, I have to agree with the chair. I think this person, he's always wanted to be more, I always wanted to be stronger, and I always wanted to be, not that kind of person who gets affected by pain, but thinks in certain ways he was brought up, he was easily affected by pain, and avoided pain a lot, physical pain and probably mental pain, but he definitely wants to be someone who isn't that way. I think it is a very interesting thing to think about. I never thought about different cultures having different pain thresholds in a way. So I think that's very interesting. And yeah, just thinking about freedom. Before it was even said that this is the old famous free individual, that was on my mind. I was like, this is that patient, that's freedom. That is what we're searching for, to sit on that couch and Just get the image of just taking the chains off and slowly just cutting free. But would agree how difficult that is, because there is something in here that maybe throws one out but wants something else. But really, this idea of freedom is why I'm here.
As you say, if that's why you're here, then take more advantage of the situation and perhaps take a different advantage in the situation. Perhaps those who can and accept and believe, they may speak to God and say 1,001 things. A statement becomes different in its energy when it is spoken. Different to think about it. So some will speak to God, or whatever invisible factor they speak to, and some speak to another person. In the end, the realization is an individual has to live and accept their own ideas, their own life. Understand it, whatever understanding means, more or less, but understood or not understood, the facts remain. The individual must, at some point, accept and realize that that's what he is. Even if that's what he is today, but that's what he is at this moment. Because until that's realized, we'll all go ahead living out the plans and dreams of parents, teachers, professors, policemen, dictators, and other forms of government. But you must be a good citizen. Surely you've heard that, haven't you? One should be a good citizen. What the heck is a good citizen? It means something like you should do what you're told and believe in the government. Oh, yeah, wow. That's a good citizen. And if you're a bad citizen, we'll put you in jail and shoot you. You must be a good dog. You must be a good teenager. You must be a good high school kid. You must be a good son. You must be something that somebody expects of you. But what happens when that day comes that you look inside and there's nothing there? And you say, well, here I am. I don't have to like it, don't have to not like it, just I'm stuck with it. Whatever it is, that's what I am. Maybe tomorrow it'll be different. And maybe at some point the individual stops running to something and saying, please change me. I can't change myself. I have to enlist the aid of somebody to change me. If anybody really believed this, they would be probably jumping out of their chairs with joy. I don't see too much of that.